I trusted them both, the man I loved and the friend I called my sister. When I introduced them, I never imagined I was introducing my own heartbreak. At first it was little things, secret glances, inside jokes, whispers that stopped when I walked in. Everyone told me I was overthinking, but the truth doesn't stay buried forever. When I finally saw what they'd done behind my back, something inside me broke, not from anger, but from clarity. I didn't plan revenge. I just let karma do the work. And it did, beautifully. My name's Lena. I used to think love and friendship were the two safest places in the world. I was wrong. I met Ethan in college, charming, intelligent, the kind of guy who made everyone feel like they mattered. He was never loud about his affection. Instead, he showed it in small ways. Coffee left on my desk before class. Surprise notes tucked into my books. I fell for him fast. And for a while, it felt like a movie ending I didn't deserve. My best friend Sophie had been in my life even longer. We'd grown up on the same street, shared clothes, secrets, heartbreaks. She was my constant, the kind of friend who could tell what I was thinking with a single look. When I introduced Sophie to Ethan, it felt natural, my two favorite people meeting. I imagined dinners together, vacations, double dates someday when she found someone to. Instead, what I got was betrayal so deep it nearly erased who I was. It started subtly. Sophie began asking more about him, what he liked, where he worked out, what movies he loved. At first, it was casual curiosity, but then she'd show up at the same gym, suddenly obsessed with running when she used to joke about hating it. Ethan mentioned she'd texted him about your birthday gift. I didn't think much of it, but later, I saw her name light up his phone more often than mine. Just memes, he said. She's funny. Still, my gut twisted every time they laughed at something I didn't understand. The first real crack came at my birthday dinner. Sophie had organized everything, decorations, cake, even a surprise slideshow. She was radiant that night, glowing in a way that didn't make sense. When Ethan gave his toast, his eyes found hers more than mine. I caught it, that flicker, and my stomach dropped. After everyone left, I sat in my car outside my apartment for almost an hour, replaying the evening in my head. I didn't want to believe what my heart already knew, but I didn't need to, because a week later, the truth found me. I'd forgotten my phone at home one morning. When I came back for it, I saw Ethan's car in my driveway. He wasn't supposed to be there. He'd said he was at work. My hands were shaking as I unlocked the door. Voices floated from the living room. Her laugh. His whisper. I didn't even walk in. I didn't scream. I just stood there, listening, memorizing, letting the sound of betrayal burn itself into my memory. Then I turned around, walked back out, and drove away. That was the last day I spoke to either of them. The weeks that followed were brutal. Sophie tried calling, texting, begging me to talk it out. Ethan sent long messages about how it just happened and how they never meant to hurt me. But betrayal isn't an accident, it's a series of choices. And they'd made theirs, so I made mine. I blocked them both and disappeared. I threw myself into work. I volunteered at a local shelter, started therapy, and learned the hardest truth of all. Closure doesn't come from apologies. It comes from peace, and slowly, I found mine. Months later, I heard from mutual friends that Sophie and Ethan had officially started dating. It stung, but only for a moment. I wished them well, sincerely, because I knew something they didn't. When love starts in deceit, it never lasts. And karma, she doesn't rush, but she never misses. 6 months after that, my phone buzzed. A message from a number I didn't recognize. I'm sorry, you were right about him. It was Sophie. I ignored it until curiosity got the better of me. Turns out, Ethan had cheated on her too. With her coworker. He'd taken her savings to invest, then ghosted when it all fell apart. She lost her job. He moved states. Their perfect story collapsed in on itself. I should have felt vindicated, but all I felt was relief, because life had done what I couldn't. A few weeks later, I ran into Sophie at a cafe. She looked smaller, somehow, tired, with guilt in her eyes. She tried to smile. I didn't. Lena, I just want to say it's okay, I said softly, cutting her off. You don't owe me anything. I hope you're okay. Her eyes filled with tears. How can you be so calm? Because I stopped needing you to hurt the way I did. I paid for my coffee and left. That night, I sat by my window, watching the city lights. I realized something powerful. Karma isn't punishment, it's balance. You can't wish harm on people who've wronged you and call it peace. You let go, live better, and life handles the rest. Today, I'm in a new relationship with someone kind, gentle, and honest. He knows my story. He respects my scars. And when people ask how I can trust again, I tell them this. Betrayal teaches you who they are. Forgiveness reminds you who you are. And sometimes, the sweetest revenge is not needing any. Karma doesn't need witnesses, it just needs time. When someone breaks your trust, the universe has a way of restoring balance, even if you never see it happen. So if you're hurting, stop chasing apologies. Let peace be your revenge. What would you have done if your best friend and partner betrayed you? Would you fight back? Or walk away and let karma speak? Tell your truth in the comments below. And if you believe in real stories of heartbreak, strength, and redemption, subscribe for more. Because sometimes, the most powerful stories are the ones we survive.